Maye didn't have the receivers capable of beating one-on-one against these guys. He had a line that could not protect, so he really didn't have a shot. There were plays to be made out there, though, that he just did not make. And I think when you look back at this game, you're going to look back and say this is a quarterback who probably should have been eliminated weeks ago. It was very clear when you watched him against the Chargers, and then you watched him have the game he had against the Texans, and you watched the game he had against the Broncos. You were like, oh, this is a quarterback who the game right now is too sped up for him in terms of playoff football. He's not seeing things right, and then you learn he's dealing with some kind of shoulder ailment. It just wasn't going to happen for him. In a normal playoffs where there's Mahomes and the Bills don't choke, and Lamar Jackson is in this, and Joe Burrow is in this, he's not in the Super Bowl. This was a fluke year in the AFC where a lot of teams who typically aren't in position to compete for championships were. Teams like the Patriots and the Jaguars, and maybe even the Texans, and definitely the Broncos also. They probably kind of a year ahead with where they should be. And teams that we thought were real title contenders, like the Bengals, the Chiefs, and the Ravens, they fell off a year prior to maybe most people maybe expecting their downfall. So you end up with the Patriots being the last team standing, but they were never going to be a team that was realistic in terms of winning a Super Bowl from whoever they saw in the NFC. I thought that whoever was coming out of the AFC was getting their heads cracked. There was no chance to me, given how the high level of play you saw in the NFC, the veteran teams you saw in the NFC, and I just think that the more complete football that was happening, that a Patriots team that was this flawed was going to be able to win a Super Bowl.